I can't believe it's year 14, but here we are. I'm as excited as ever about being the head coach at the University of Colorado. I'm as excited as ever about the team we have coming back. And I think we've got a great combination of veterans who have kind of been there, done that, and have been through the wars, so to speak. And we've got some really good newcomers, some good young talent in the program. So I think that how we blend, the old with the new, certainly over the first, month or two of the season is going to be critical in our success this year. But I like the track we're on. They're a coachable group. They work hard. They're competitive. And once we get all hands on deck, which we're not quite there yet, I like its ceiling. It's pretty darn high. So the league is going to be good, as it always is. I think this year there's a lot of good teams in the Pac-12, a lot of good talent, a lot of good big guys. So it's going to be a fun year.
Well, there's head coach of the Buffaloes, Tad Boyle, his opening statement for Media Day, which means that basketball is just around the corner. Back in the Stampede, voice of the bus, Mark Johnson. And we couldn't get enough of him. We asked him to come in and do a little stand-up with us.
Yeah.
All right. Couple weeks in, you having fun?
I am, yeah. This is a fun group to coach. Really competitive group, and they're coachable, learning a lot. And we got, some really young, talented guys, which is always exciting. But we're really, I'm leaning on those veterans, the Tristan DeSilvas, the Luke O'Briens, and KJ and Julian and Javon Hadley. Those guys I'm leaning on every single day.
That's got to be, just those guys you mentioned right there, a little bit of a security blanket, I would think, because they've seen so much basketball and they've got your trust, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got theirs, they got mine, and but listen, we're going to need some of these young guys to step up and be contributors this year, and the sooner the better. It's just, again, it's their heads are spinning right now. We're only 16 practices in.
During your tenure here, you've had some great players. Tristan falls into that category. And every one of those guys, by the time they become a senior, junior, their last year, they carry themselves different. He's got that swag right now, if you will.
No doubt. Yeah, I think he and Luke both do. They know they're seniors. They know they're going to have good years. They've got confidence. But Tristan especially has got he's just got a way about him right now where you just know, okay, when it's time for us to make a play, I'm going to be a part of it. And whether it's getting a bucket or distributing for a teammate or whatever the case may be, he's grown by leaps and bounds since the end of last year.
Ted, when you've got a guy like Cody Williams, who gets obviously as much pub as he does because he's a highly regarded young man, top 5 recruit in the country, sometimes when you bring a guy like that in, they can get overwhelmed. I would imagine it helps when you've got a Tristan DeSilva, who we know is going to be the cornerstone. A KJ's been. That takes some pressure off the young guy, doesn't it?
It does, and I think the beauty about Cody is I think he's willing to learn from KJ and Tristan, those vets, but they're willing to help him, and they've done a great job of that, and he's really taken to that. He's a very humble young man. He's hungry to learn, and he's going to have a great freshman year.
You got a chance to coach him during the under-19 summer Olympic stuff. What have you learned about him as a player in the period of time you've been with him?
What I've learned about Cody is he gets better, and he doesn't make the same mistake twice. What he does is he listens, he learns, he comes in to watch film on his own, and he's really an intelligent player. So that's going to really serve him well. As he hits those bumps in the road, he'll work through them.
A lot of talent on this basketball team in year 14 for Tad Boyle, including the point guard, KJ Simpson. Well, you're going to be an old man with the team now. You've been around for a long time, kind of a veteran. With that comes experience, but also a lot of expectation, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely getting up there in age. But I'm excited. Like you said, with that comes experience. And, these young guys are looking up to me to be the leader that, I was looking up to Evan and Eli, those guys to be for me. So it's just all full circle.
So do you try in practice? I mean, we talked to Cody, and he said, some of the older guys sometimes yelling at me. Mm-hmm. That's coaching.
Yeah.
Are you going out day in and day in practice trying to help them, trying to lift them up, trying to make sure they understand? Because the better they are, the better you guys
Exactly.
Be, right?
That's the only way we're going to be better as a team. Those guys, although they're freshmen, they have a really important role, or else they wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't be playing with us. And so just like how it was my freshman year, guys got on you, but you have to learn this because they care about you, because they love you. They want to see you get better, which makes the team better. So, and I think all the young guys kind of have a sense for that, and they appreciate it. So, yeah.
All right, being a point guards become great coaches. Mm-hmm. I want you to give me your coaching scouting report of this young group of players you've got. There's some talent there, isn't there?
There's a lot of talent. I mean, you can start with Cody. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Everything that's advertised about him is true. I mean, he's a really, really special talent, but he's really humble and unselfish. So he's not just going out looking to score. You know, he's going to make winning plays. And then you have Hassan and BD, you got big post presence. Hassan can really stretch the floor, even BD, but BD is really good at blocking shots. Hassan's an excellent rebounder, and he loves, you know, talking, uses his voice on the floor. And then you have Courtney. You know, Courtney coming in, really, really long, lengthy guard, kind of like Cody. He really digs deep, and defense kind of gets in you, or it makes it a little frustrating, but now that's what you want. You want somebody like that on your team, and a great shooter, great mid-range shooter, loves attacking the paint. I mean, special.
I love watching you and Julian in practice.
Yeah.
You guys are going at each other.
Got to.
Right? You're making each other better, right?
Got to.
That's what it's all about.
That's exactly what Eli and Keyshawn were doing when we were freshmen. So
Yeah.
that stuff, you know, you have to do in order to be better.
Yeah. You excited about this season?
Oh, most definitely. I can't wait.
Yeah. This guy will be the point guard for the Colorado Buffaloes as they get that season underway here shortly. There's the point guard, KJ Simpson, as we're talking with Tad Boyle ahead of the upcoming season. You're number 14 for Tad. You're always going to talk about defense. All right.
Yeah.
Capable team, willing team to play defense. What do you see?
Absolutely. Great length, the ability to switch, got a lot of versatility defensively on our team. And so, yeah, but the other part of defense is rebounding and finishing possessions. And that's something I think we're going to be capable of as well. And it'll be interesting to see who leads us in rebounding last year. Last year was Javon Hadley, and I'd like some guys to compete with him. I want our guys to compete with each other, rebounding the basketball. I want them to be selfish rebounders. I want to be unselfish players in every other sense of the game, but rebounding the ball, I want some hungry dogs up there.
My vote, by the way, for leading the team in rebounding is Eddie Lampkin because he's a monster of a human being. He's healthy now for the start of the season. He brings a uniqueness, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He's still coming back from a back injury, and for 6'11" guys, those are real. So we got to adjust his minutes and not bring him back too quickly. But Eddie brings an edge, a competitiveness, and that might be a good guy to put your money on from a rebounding standpoint, because he will rattle some cages.
You're number 14. Are you as hungry right now as you were 14 years ago?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm hungrier because
right.
I think there's so much more we can do. When I got here 14 years ago, it was like, okay, what can we do with this? But now I know what we can do with it. I know the players we have in the program. I know the ones we're recruiting. I've never felt better about being the head coach here.
Well, the Buffaloes and Tad Boyle open up the season November 6th against Towson. It's just around the corner. Coming up next, we're going to talk women's basketball. J.R. Payne and company, they're excited about their season as well.